How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. I've been asked by a few people now on Instagram and in the comments where the RM125 build is, what's happening with it and stuff, so I thought I may as well film a video dedicated to what's happening with it and a parts update. So I just finished filming rebuilding the forks on the RM250, so if you haven't seen that video I'll leave it linked at the end of this one, so go and check that out. But yeah, the RM125, it's still happening. Just been so busy with work after lockdown. We've been flat out, so been working a lot, and yeah, I haven't had a lot of time to work on my own projects. Plus, I don't want to have like two bikes going at once, so I want to get the RM250 out of the shed before I start putting the RM125 back together, especially because the RM250 is on the good, like the scissor lift stand. But we can get a few things done, like rebuilding the engine and whatnot, while we wait for the cylinder to get back from being replated for the 250. So currently we've pretty much got like 99% of the parts, I'd say, to get it back together. And yeah, it's all I need to sort out is pretty much just what we're doing with the rims. But otherwise, we've got everything so far. I'll put a clip in now of I think it was the very first video where I introduced the RM125 to the channel. I'll play the clip now of the parts we had already gathered for it, and then yeah, you guys can see that, and then I'll run you through what else I've collected. Alrighty, so we've got the restyle front end off an RMZ250. So since we've got the Pro Circuit silencer, we've gone ahead and bought a Pro Circuit Platinum, so it's brand new. So yeah, that'll look pretty good on there. Needs a bit of a polish up because it's got smudges and stuff all over it. And then, knowing that the transmission's gone bad, we've just gone ahead and bought some new transmission bearings. So we'll chuck them in there while the cases are split. Just a peace of mind thing that I like to do when rebuilding full engines. Polysport black side panels. And then yeah, we'll probably end up cutting them for the modern look. And then we've got some factory effects, just the stock graphics to put on the front, just to keep it looking nice, instead of doing a full-blown graphics kit. So if I'm not mistaken, these graphics are off the 05 RMs, but in my opinion these are the best looking graphics from stock. So to start off with, because it's on the bench here in front of me, I may as well run you guys through the frame for it. So I don't know if you guys remember, but the foot pegs, the pins were rusted inside the actual pegs. So we actually ended up having to drill the heads off so we could get them out. But in doing so, we actually ruined the mounts off the frame. Yeah, if that sort of made sense. So we actually had to cut the mounts off, and then Dad fabricated up some new mounts, and yeah, he's done a bloody good job actually. They look exactly like factory. So you can see the pins here, they're obviously still in there, but we've had to just drill the heads off so we can obviously slide them in and out. And then yeah, so we had to cut both of these mounts off on both sides, and yeah, Dad's re-welded them on. So yeah, they look bloody good to me. And yeah, we just got the frame back today from the powder coaters, and they've done an amazing job as well. So we had the frame fully sandblasted, and then yeah, it's been zinc illumined underneath, so to stop the rust, and then black satin, so it's the same as my RM250 frame, if you can see there. So yeah, frame's looking real sweet. And then I think you guys would probably remember from one of the videos, but Dad also fabricated the triple clamp stop. So frame's all sweet now. We've just got to tap the bolt holes out to get the powder out of the threads, and also just weld the inner races out so we can put the new bearing races in. But other than that, RM125 frame is looking mint, and yeah, Don't have to really do anything else other than that. Alrighty, last week I also picked up the parts from the Vapor Blaster. So he absolutely killed it once again on the Vapor Blasting. And yeah, these cases, they're just shining. So I've done the water pump cover and then the head and the two side covers, but I'm going to be powder coating those with the foot pegs. And then there's the other center case. So I was struggling to come up with an idea for the finish on the fork tubes because they were corroded much like my RM250 ones were. And if you guys watched the RM250 build, you would have seen that when you anodize corroded aluminium, it shows through in the anodizing. So I didn't want to go through that whole deal again with the RM125, and plus we're going to be selling it, so didn't really want to dump like $150 alone just into anodizing the fork tubes. So yeah, we've actually vapor blasted them, which they look real sick, and then I'm going to wrap some clear vinyl around it once they're on the bike, just to protect them from being chipped up and stuff. So just for an example, you can see there, once you get up close to the forks on my RM250, yeah, you can see the corrosion and stuff. So that's after I had them vapor blasted and then polished. But yeah, you can still see it, but yeah, not nearly as bad. But yeah, I just didn't really want to go through the same deal with the RM125 forks. So he's vapor blasted the fork lug, the upper fork tube, and then the fork caps. We actually done them while they were still complete, so he just masked off the chrome and then he blasted it, but I'll be stripping them down and we're putting new fork oil and seals in anyway. So staying on topic of the engine, we've got a full gasket kit and seal kit, as well as some crankshaft main bearings. We've got a hot rods transmission bearing kit, a full clutch, so it contains the fibers, steels and springs, and then I bought the Crankworks Conrod kit. So I actually sent the OEM crank to the guys over at MotoX Parts, where I get all my parts from. So they'll be linked down in the description, so go check them out. I sent them the OEM crank and they fitted the new Conrod kit to it. I sent the cylinder for the RM125 down to the team at NZ Cylinders. So yeah, I'll also chuck their link in the description below, so go and check them out. But yeah, they absolutely killed it on getting this cylinder all fixed up. So a few of the bridges were cracked and there was a few scores and stuff, so they welded the bore up, re-honed it, re-nickel plated it, and then they refinished the outside. So this thing is looking way better than brand new. It's hard to show you guys, but there's good cross hatching and everything, so it's been re-honed all properly. And then we've got a Pro X piston for it, so yeah, this engine should have really good compression as well. So yeah, she's going to be an absolute ripper. If you guys remember when we stripped the RM125 apart, we had some serious transmission failure. I've sourced a really good second-hand transmission and shift forks for it, so hopefully we won't run into any problems and it'll shift all sweet. Because yeah, from stories I've heard, the 08 RM125s just pretty much had like chocolate gears, and yeah, the dogs and stuff just round and the teeth chip off the gears real easy. So yeah, cross my fingers I've bought a good transmission, because it wasn't exactly the cheapest thing, but for a brand new transmission straight from Suzuki, it was going to be close to 1,500 bucks. And that's not replacing the shafts either, that's just the gears. So yeah, hopefully I've bought a good transmission. Right, so here are the two transmissions I've got. So this one here is the one that originally came out of it. As you can see, the gears that are all chewed up and stuff. Yeah, this transmission's seen better days. But yeah, this is the one that I picked up off a wrecker local here in Tauranga. So yeah, this looks real good. I stripped it fully down when we were there and inspected it thoroughly, and it all looks good. except for one gear. I think it's one of these two. The dogs on it are a bit rounded, but I've got a good one in our transmission, so just swap that over and it'll be sweet. This is still the shift fork that originally came out of the bike, and then one of these ones was the snapped one, but for some reason we must have chucked the other one out, so I had to buy two new shift forks as well. So that's all good, and then it's just the shift drum that was out of it as well. Be able to make one good transmission out of both of these and have a really solid gearbox. Yeah, other than that, we've just got a few miscellaneous parts in this box. So I've got the factory FX seat cover, and then just a whole lot of Scotch-Brite pads for cleaning up like the linkage, swing arm and stuff. I'm going to actually try and make some Scotch-Brite wheels with these. But yeah, in here we've just got like a whole lot of miscellaneous stuff, like throttle tube, new clutch lever and perch, some fork oil, linkage kit, just a set of grips, hour meter, same one I've got on my 250, so these things are real good for keeping up on your maintenance and stuff. And then some head stem bearings, fork seals, a red Talon sprocket, so you guys can probably guess the theme already for the bike. Some grip donuts, a Talon front sprocket, a new forged front brake lever, and a RHK gold shifter. But yeah, other than that guys, that's pretty much everything that we need for the RM125. We've got all the plastics for it, besides the fork guards and the radiator louvers, which I still need to order. And then, yeah, we've got the frame, got everything to put the engine back together, got all the suspension and linkage parts. So it's just a matter of finding time to get it back together. And then, yeah, it should go together pretty simple really. Just need to sort out some rims and stuff. Already got the tyres and whatnot for it. I honestly can't wait to have it done and have both my RM250 and the RM125 out there at the same time. It'll definitely make for a cool video, so stay tuned for that guys. But yeah, other than that, the engine's going together this weekend. There'll be a video out next week sometime of the 125 starting to go back together. But yeah, other than that guys, it's going to wrap up this video. Just a quick video for you guys, hopefully answering some of your questions, and yeah, it'll go back together very shortly, so yeah, just be patient, and it's going to turn out sick. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a big thumbs up and consider subscribing. You guys have been absolutely killing it recently subscribing, so thanks a lot for that. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.